Sometimes it goes back up.
Okay.
All right, let's try this again.
And again.
All right. Hello?
Don't see anybody in the chat yet, but we'll wait for just a minute. It'll be there. It's like a minute delay.
Hey, much better.
All right. There we go. I don't know what was wrong with the sound.
All right.
All right, guys. So, take 3. If you're just joining us, this is our birthday live. We are trying to get things figured out here. Started off the first time, spoke for about 5 minutes, and had never hit start broadcast. Started off a second time, and the sound was all messed up. So, hey, third time's the charm, right?
Yeah.
Let's hope so. We're going to tell you a little bit about ourselves tonight, how our channel got started, where we got our name from, all that good stuff. And if you have any questions for us, you absolutely can type them into the chat. Seth is watching the chat for us. So if anybody has any questions, you can just type it in there and he will see it, hopefully. If not, we may be able to see it too. So we do want to also say happy birthday to Monk Cheetah again. It is his birthday. I have no idea how old he is, but maybe he can tell you that. I don't know. We started off a year ago, and our channel originally started off as a way for us to, keep in touch with people in our family that don't live where we live. We live on an island, and we are far away from anybody. So we kind of started our channel off to say, hey, let's let people see our family, my parents, my wife's parents, that sort of thing. And it kind of grew into this because at the same time that we started the channel, there was this pandemic that was starting, and we had lots of extra time on our hands. We had before we started the channel, we had just started metal detecting in January, and started finding things, and it just has kind of had our attention for the last year. So
It doesn't feel like
we sat around this table about a year ago after we were playing Rook one night, I think, and threw around ideas for the name of the channel. I think originally I just had my name on the channel, and we threw out names, and we came up with all sorts of different names, and we settled on We Dig It. Not for any special reason other than we really liked it, and we didn't want it to be just strictly a metal detecting channel. And so that's why we do different things. And so, we're likely to, go fishing or go hiking or, lots of different things. I think last year during vacation, we took you around a town that somebody had built in their yard. Punkyville, I think it was.
Yes, Punkyville.
So we went to that little town and took you with us. So it's been a pretty amazing year. I'm going to ask the guys.
When we went to Punkyville, that was the first
That's when we
video
got
with
it.
our new logo.
Yeah, that was the first video with a new logo, I think, because Cole is remembering. So I'm going to ask the guys what their favorite memory has been of the last year. So, Gene, we've already warmed up a little bit. We already kind of went through this once. So,
Nice.
All right, Gene, what's your favorite
All
memory?
right. So my favorite memory is probably one day when we were first starting out, probably in our first month of detecting ever. We were up at an old plantation site, and we dug 6 or 7 full pewter spoons in one day. So that was a very cool day, and it was amazing because we didn't really know what we were digging up, and so we were figuring out the history of the spoons, and we found, horseshoes in that day and a button. So everything is more significant when you're first starting than it is right now. Just another silver ring or just another coin.
Is that a question?
So that's my favorite memory. Not necessarily my favorite find, but definitely my favorite memory.
All right, Cole, did you think of one?
Yes.
All right, let's hear it.
I really like going to Punkyville. It was really cool seeing how it was back in the day and seeing all the old cars and stuff.
All right, Seth, do you have a favorite memory from this last year?
Goat Hill.
The Goat Hill hike. All right, so if you haven't seen that, I think it's family hike number 1.
Yeah, I think it's the first one.
And Mama says to this day that she died 5 times on that hike. It is straight up one of the hills on the east side of the island, and there is no shade.
0.
And it was about 90 degrees when we went on the hike. And in typical we dig it fashion, we were just kind of sitting around and looking for something to do. And we said, hey, let's go on a hike. And when we went, it was 2:00 in the afternoon, the hottest point in the day. So it was pretty intense, but that is an awesome memory too. So I think I was just getting ready to say, I think my favorite memory is, it's hard to narrow it down to any one thing. But my favorite memory is probably that guy over there, our silver man that we found, this little statue. And it's a man. My favorite for a variety of reasons. One is we didn't have much of an idea of what it was. And we got to do a lot of research and find out it's from the Tiwanaku people and all this kind of stuff. And it was a very uneventful find. So we had our channel rolling. It was the very first time we ever had shirts. Somebody that we know made shirts for us or had shirts made for us and gave them to us as a gift. And so it was our very first We Dig It shirts. It was pretty cool. And the very first dig, we found that guy. And when I went over the signal, because then we only had one detector, and I would go out detecting, and then the boys would come along and dig the signals up. And I went over a signal, and I said, this is kind of an iffy signal. You can dig it if you want or pass it up. It doesn't matter to me. And that's what we found. Even when we dug it up, we didn't know exactly what it was. In the video, you can see we're like, it's a guy, but we don't really know anything about it. He's shiny where I hit it with the shovel, I think Gene says in the video. And we still didn't even know it was silver at the time. But it is, pretty cool find. So
we should quote that. It's a man.
Another cool find that is not, none of us mentioned it, is our first old coin, 1868 Danish West Indian penny. So this thing is 1 cent. You can't really see well because of the packaging. Here is the same coin out of packaging. We found a few of them. This one is a few years different, I believe. This one is, let me check, 1883. It's a few years different. This coin is Danish West Indian. So the Danish made it, and it was made only for the 3 islands, St. Croix, St. Thomas, and St. John, that they owned. So only was it ever circulated in these 3 islands. So you can't find it anywhere else in the world but these 3 islands, and we have found plenty of them. This is our first silver, which is a Danish West Indian 5-cent piece. First ever silver coin, and it is a tiny little guy. We found 2 of them now of the same coin, a few years different. So yeah, that's one of the biggest memories for me, is the first silver.
Yep.
So yeah, again, this one you can only find in these 3 islands. So that's one of the things I love about it. Is anywhere else in the world they don't have them. So
I saw a question in the chat. I'll go ahead and try to address the questions as we get them. That way I don't forget about them. But Anthony, Brooklyn Treasure Hunter, asked, are you guys going to try some water detecting? And Anthony, we do. We don't dive, but we snorkel, and we do have a pulse dive that we use quite a bit. And we did have a GoPro, and it bit the dust. We don't know exactly what is going on with that. We are trying to go through the process of getting that repaired or turned in for warranty work or whatever it needs to be done. I just want to go ahead and say that Garrett, if you have a Garrett detector, their customer service is second to nobody. And I mean, of anything I've ever had to deal with, not just metal detectors. They're unbelievable. I sent a detector and a pinpointer back to them. The detector had quit. It wasn't attached to the pole. And so they completely replaced it. And then I sent them a pinpointer, and it had just stopped working, and they completely replaced it as well.
Brand new.
And so Garrett's customer service, phenomenal. GoPro, on the other hand, I can't figure out how to even contact them. On their website, there's no place to actually email them. So I go to their Facebook page, and I sent them a message, and they said, oh, you need to click this link to do a warranty repair. And I did, and it takes me to their website where there's no way to really find out. So anyway, I'm still trying to go through the process to figure that out. So yes, we do water detecting, and we have found some pretty interesting things in the water.
Yeah, so like I do water detecting quite a bit, but we just don't have a camera to film it. So that's why it's hard. But yeah, we just go snorkeling and right next to an old fort, and so we find these rocks that have metal in them and stuff. So, but yeah, that's a lot of the water detecting. I have found a toe ring, and a silver ring, but other than that, we haven't found any real jewelry on the beach. A couple fake rings, but no gold rings.
Dad found a fake ring and a fake bracelet at the same day.
Yep. So Traeger Garnett asks, what is the rarest thing you found? So Traeger, the most rare thing we found was just a few weeks ago. We found this. You're probably not going to be able to see much off of it, but this little coin right here, and it is super thin. This little coin is a 1506 to 1516 2 Maravedí. It is the very first coin ever struck in the New World. And so it is from Santo Domingo. We found it. Actually, Gene found it with a detector we borrowed because the Garrett was off getting fixed. And it was a zinc penny signal, a 67 on the simplex. So dig it all. That's all we can say. We've definitely learned dig it all this year.
That's probably the best find of all. 1506 to 1516, the first ever coin minted in the New World. And you can only find it in a few of the islands like Puerto Rico, Santo Domingo, and really St. Croix, because those are the only ones that were inhabited in that time. So really cool find.
Before we go any further, I'm just going to kind of go through the chat and thank everybody for coming. Thank you to, let's see here, Ambient Girl. Thank you, Nancy, for being here. Paul, American Woodland Relics. Backyard Treasures, Metal Detecting North Carolina, Mike. Seth Wooten. Oh, he's right here. Yeah, I knew he was here. Drum and Detect, Joel, thank you. Jay Steele's Adventure and Variety. Anthony, Brooklyn Treasure Hunter. Park Rat Pat, thank you for being here. Traeger Garnett, of course, thank you for being here. Brenda from Mama's Gone Detecting. Marlon from Mayor Videos. If I don't get you, please just tag my name in there, and I'll try to go back and say hi to you. Gabriel Barlow, thank you for being here. I'm going back about as far as it'll let me go.
Here, I have
Monk
one more.
Cheetah, thank you so much for being here.
I have one more find that none of you guys have ever seen. Very early on in our first 2 months of ever detecting, I was down where we detect even today, down at the school, just normal detecting, and I came across a coin spill, and all the coins were like less than an inch or an inch deep, so they were just right there. So I was digging them, and once I realized there was a lot of them, I just took my pinpointer and went down with the hand shovel, a small one, and I was digging them, and I was surprised with this. And as you can see, it's very shiny. I've never even polished it. That's just how shiny it is. This thing is titanium, and it has 18 karat gold in the middle. Titanium with 18 karat gold is the company Chisel. That's on the back. There's the back of it. I just dug it up using my pinpointer. I dug it up using my pinpointer, looking for, because there was a bunch of it. There was a coin spill, and it was right underneath the surface. So with my pinpointer, I found this titanium with 18 karat gold in the middle. So they never made the channel because before we even had the channel.
Yep.
So.
Again, some people coming in. So Clark's Cove, thank you for coming tonight. We have Quest for Gold, Eric. Hi, how are you? Thank you for coming. Let me see here. Who's this? Is this Rafael Diaz? Thank you for coming. Good to see you all tonight. So it has been a pretty crazy first year of YouTube and detecting. It's really two different hobbies. We didn't know anything about either when we started it this time last year. So we are just enjoying everything. As I look over here at these things that Gene has, like right here, we've got this seems a strange thing to put in a treasure case maybe. But this bottle cap is the very first logo for Mountain Dew. That's kind of a cool find. We've got all kinds of stuff that we have found over the last year, and we really enjoy this hobby. We are so glad that we have kind of stumbled into it. And I think my favorite find of all, if you want to say my favorite find of all, has been the community. We've made so many friends from all across the world, and it has really been very interesting, encouraging, and just such a surprise. Because again, we didn't know what to expect with YouTube. We didn't know what to expect with metal detecting, and to know that we've got people in here tonight from all over the place, that has been my favorite find. Has been all of you. So thank you for all that you do. If you want to get a hold of us, I'm still very new at all this. I don't have the little ticker going across the bottom, but our email is very easy, okay? So if you email me, I will send you stickers. We just recently got new stickers. We've been waiting on them to come in for so long. Where we live, there aren't many places that actually do stickers, so I went to one of the local places, and the man said, yep, no trouble. We can make those stickers, $5 a piece. So I'm not independently wealthy, so we didn't go with that price. We got them from somewhere else, and it just took a long time to get them in. So anyway, we've got them now. Email us. It's wedigit@mail.com.
Where do you guys?
So I am seeing comments about Dad's shirt and saying that we need to get a Bulldog shirt.
What? War Eagle, guys. So Traeger Garnett says, where do we search around for stuff? What area? So we have, again, the water. We go to the beach quite a bit. Even if we don't video, we still go to the beach and detect every time we go. We're there. We got detectors. We just go. So we detect at the beach. We detect in the water. We have a couple of different properties that we have kind of open permissions on. So we just call the people and make sure that it's okay. Hey, is today a good day to go? We've got a couple different, one that's a farm that used to be a plantation. So there's even ruins and buildings on there. We've got another one that's just a farm. So there's no buildings, but that's where we found our lead soldier and another silver coin.
Yeah, just a random field, no buildings, no evidence that there's anything old. Found silver
musket
coin,
balls,
a piece of thing from 17, whatever it was.
A little piece of silver, yeah.
Yeah, it was a crazy
And
sight.
then we also detect here at where we live. Where we live is a church and school, and so we detect here quite a bit as well. What were you pointing to there, Gene? Oh, go. Oh, wow. Paul, I love you, my friend. But the next to last Saturday of every year, we're on different sides. Yeah, 5 apiece. Yikes, exactly. I'm just trying to catch back up here on the chat a little bit. Hopefully that answers that question. In the chat, if you would just type, who was the first metal detectorist that you started watching? It's still very fresh in our mind because it's just within the last year. But the very first one that we ever started watching, as Cole said, Ed Huffman. So Ed Huffman did a couple of teaching videos on how to use the Garrett AT Max, and that's what we had. That's what we started off with. And so when we wanted to figure out how to use this thing, we just went into YouTube, typed in Garrett AT Max, and his was the first video that popped up. And we, hello, Finding Goodies. Good to see you tonight. Cynthia, good to see you.
See a lot of Aqua Chiggers. He's pretty big.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I like Ed Huffman's channel because it's not only strictly detecting. He teaches, he does tests, he does everything having to do with detecting. You see Nugget Noggin.
Yep, Nugget Noggin's one that's a lot of people mention. The Quest for Gold, just to let you know, it is our channel birthday. So it's 1 year since we started our YouTube channel. And that's kind of why we're just talking. Yeah, Quarter Hoarder's another one. We watch all these guys too, by the way. Now
we do, but we just didn't know about
just
them.
To start off with. We started off with this guy named Ed Huffman. So that's kind of how we got into it. He taught us one big thing that we learned from him was 81 with the Garrett AT Max. 81 is a dime every time.
And it's very true.
And so whenever we go over and we get an 81, we still say that 81 dime every time, and we dig it, and it is a dime. It's pretty solid in that. In the past year, we have detected from Florida to here on the island,
Kentucky.
Lots of different places in Kentucky. And this next year, we're looking to do those same kinds of things. If you're just new to our channel or not very familiar with our channel, then we'll tell you a little bit about some of the things that we do with detecting. So we try to have fun with just about everything that we do. That's just kind of the life that we live. It's hard to get some serious moments out of us. But some of the things that we do, we just started a new segment called Midtone Mondays, and that was Gene's idea because he has dug 2 gold rings, and I have not dug one. I dig midtones, and I'll dig pull tabs, but I don't specifically look for them. So some days he'll just say, all right, I'm digging midtones.
And just only dig midtones the entire day.
The times that he's done that, he has dug gold rings.
About half the time. I've done it probably 4 or 5 times. I've dug 2 gold rings.
Yep. And so we started a segment now, Mid-Tone Mondays, and we just had our second video of that earlier today, and I found a huge ring. It is huge, but it is stainless steel.
Gotta go watch the video if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you gotta go see it. Sir?
I can go get it.
That's okay. It's all right. But so we do Mid-Tone Mondays now. We do father versus son. That's something we've done 4 times, where up until now, Gene was the only other one with a detector. Cole has a detector now. He got one for Christmas. So we'll have to add him into the next father versus sons, maybe. But
coming soon.
The first 3 father versus son, I lost. That didn't even seem possible, right? But the 4th one, I finally won. And the last 2, we've had consequences with it. So in Father versus Son 3, if you go back and watch that one, we did... What was it?
Running a mile on church.
It was a race on how much, first to $4.
$4?
I believe it's 4.
I think it was $4. So the first one to dig up $4 was it 3? First one to dig up $3, and I lost. Gene beat me in 15 minutes. He dug up $3, and I dug up like $2.78 or something like that. It was very close. And then their consequence for me was to run a mile after church in my church clothes. If you don't know, I am the pastor of the church where we live. And so I got out, had my tie on, and I ran a mile at a park.
In public.
And let me tell you, the park was packed that day. The next consequence we had, we dug 5 targets blindfolded, and then we had a panel of judges that voted on whose 5 finds were the best. Mine clearly were the winner. And so Gene had to do the consequence, and we got to make him a drink, a smoothie. And so he had to drink that, and there was everything that you could love in there, but maybe not all
sour
together.
Cream, salsa, milk,
The hottest sauce we could
cheese.
find.
Ah, yes. Yeah. Mike, he says he liked the blindfold challenge. Yep, that was a good one. So
that was really hard. It took forever.
If you've never tried to detect blindfolded,
Not
you should
fun.
try it so that you understand Shane Kubat's challenge a little bit more. Shane Kubat is amazing. If you don't know his channel, See It My Way 1, you need to go check it out. So that's another thing we do. So we do the Mid-Tone Mondays, we do Father versus Son, and we do trick shots. We've done 2 trick shot videos where we just kind of mixed up one of our other channels that we like, Dude Perfect, with metal detecting. How can we do metal detecting in trick shots, right? So we've done 2 of those, and we're planning a 3rd one coming up. What are some other things we've done?
We've done hikes.
We've done hikes, yeah.
You've done.
What else we've done? I mean,
metal detecting.
Yeah, we've done metal detecting, yeah, for sure.
and a new one coming this Friday. Just a little sneak peek.
This
We're gonna do-
Friday?
Yes, this
Oh,
Friday. Expectations versus reality metal detecting. So, just an example. You think, oh, it's going to be a gold ring. We're going metal detecting. And the reality is you're just going to dig a lot of pull tabs. So that's going to be really fun, but I can't wait for it.
Brenda says, it amazes me that Shane can tell the difference between a wheat penny just by feeling it. Yes. He one day dug up, I think it was a barber dime, and he is feeling it and said, I know it's silver, but I can't quite tell what it is. And that just blew my mind. And of course, I'm screaming at the TV, it's a barber. It was just an amazing dig, and he didn't even know fully what it was until he got home. So, yeah, you need to go check him out. He's amazing.
And that girl Dig says, I love the family adventures and I love Levi's laugh.
Yes, yeah, Nancy. She says she loves our adventures and Levi's laugh. Yeah, Levi's laugh is something. I wonder where he is, by the way.
Probably sleeping.
Hopefully not sleeping. So we're going to go ahead and pop into the chat real quick. If anybody wants to come up and say hi. Again, I'm kind of new at this, so let's see if I can figure this out. Yep, invite. There we go. Copy.
Coffee, anyone? Any big coffee drinkers in the chat?
All right. If anybody wants to come
Perfect
up
cup.
and say hi, or tell us maybe about your story behind your channel or your adventures of metal detecting, you can do that. Oh, yeah. The fossilized coral Paul's talking about. The fossilized coral that we just recently got. Hello, Rusty Digger. Good to see you. That was a lot of fun to find. So, yeah, there's the link if you want to come up and say hi. If you had a question for us that you want to ask face-to-face, you can do that. What were you laughing at?
Coffee, yes, but not this late.
Oh, no.
Coffee is the nectar of life.
Yes, coffee is the nectar of life. I have I guess it's kind of a classic reaction to coffee for somebody who's a little bit hyperactive. It kind of relaxes me. I can drink a pot of coffee and go right to sleep. It's my happy place. That is kind of the story of who we are. Anybody have anything else that they wanted to say for tonight for our birthday live? Seth, you got anything?
You guys have any bucket
No.
list items?
Do we have any bucket list
Yes.
items? Lots of things that we want to find.
A giant Silverman.
Yes.
What?
Seth says a giant Silverman, so I don't know about that. I'll tell you, one thing I've wanted to find since we started metal detecting is a skeleton key. I haven't found one, not even a piece of one. And I really would like to find one. I found a lock that you would have used a skeleton key for. Probably two, yeah. The brass lock, that was one of my favorite finds too. We didn't have that up tonight. But I have not found a skeleton key. I would love to find that. I would love to find a Crodal bell. We see people dig those up.
There's not seems to be many bells on island. We haven't found one bell ever.
No.
That's kind of weird.
What about you?
For me, bucket list item, I don't know.
While you're thinking about that, we're going to welcome Nancy. Hello, Nancy. How are you?
Good. How's it going? Congratulations, guys.
Oh, do I have to
What
add
a
your
great
mic?
celebration.
You're good, right? Can you?
I can hear you. Can you see me?
It's probably our Mac.
No, you're not muted on my end.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
She's talking, but nothing's happening.
I won't
Okay,
sing.
there we are. I can hear you now.
That
Let's
better?
This up. Hold on.
Can you hear me all right? I feel like that
We try
commercial.
that
Can
now.
you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
It's because we're not on the YouTube. It's fine. Just set changes up. All right, we can hear you now. We're good.
You can hear me both. Everybody can hear us.
Sorry, Nancy. Newbies here.
That's okay. We can hear you. Everybody can hear me. I have a big mouth.
Okay.
Do you want me to leave and try to come back in?
So how are you doing tonight?
Maybe
I'm doing okay. I just wanted to hop on to say happy celebrations. This is great.
I guess so. Would you please? That'd be great.
Okay.
Okay, good. She left. Let's try to unplug this. Maybe I don't know. How do we?
If we unplug this, we remember from last time.
No, maybe it was.
Sorry,
Maybe-
guys.
1 second.
What are you doing, Gene?
Output. You went Raycons?
No, the regular speaker.
Oh yeah. How about we just?
Here we go.
turn
It's gonna work now.
Okay, let's see if Gene's got it fixed now. All right, let's try again, Nancy. Let's try this again.
Eston, can you hear
I
me?
can hear you.
Ah.
All right. That's perfect.
Oh, wonderful. Like I said, I just wanted to pop on to say congratulations, guys. I mean, it's fun watching your celebration, your adventures. I'm so afraid you're going to lose me as I'm talking.
Oh, no,
I
no, you're
I
good.
do have a question for you.
All right, let's hear it.
How's the driver's ed going?
It's going well. I've started parallel parking. I've had 2 lessons for that. Hopefully be getting my license in a couple of weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
good
really
to hear.
excited.
That's great. You mentioned something about crotobells.
Yep,
Are
we have
they
not found one.
Not found one yet.
No.
Is it something that might not be in that area right where you're living, or is it?
I don't
have you
know.
found
There's
any history?
there's a lot of farm land, and we detected on a couple different farms. So I would imagine they would have used them, but I really don't know if they did here or not. So that's kind of when I see people dig them up, I'm kind of like, I would love to find one of those. But I don't know if they did historically or not, you know.
Yeah, it's a great find. I mean, that was the only thing that I wanted from day one when I started. Every time when I went out digging, we always like stand in a circle and say, "What do you want to find today?" And my answer is always Crotobel. And everybody else would find them except me. So I'm happy that I finally have one. I would be happy digging them all the time because it's just a beautiful piece of history. It's just a nice sounding piece of history to clean out a Crotobel that hasn't rung for like 100 and 150 years and hear it ring. You know, for the first time. There it is. You know, that's the nice side of it. I hope you find one.
With our first silver coin, that day when we were going detecting, it was just Gene and I. And he said, he asked me or I asked him, what is it you want to find today? I said, I'll tell you what keeps me going out is I want to find a silver coin. I really want to find a silver coin. And that day we found one. It was pretty cool. Yeah. So we've tried it a few times since then, you know, like I wish I had a gold coin, you know, that kind of thing. It doesn't work every time.
I'll tell you, finding a skeleton key, it's exciting.
I
mean, I was out digging one day and I wasn't even digging for YouTube. I mean, I was on YouTube, but it was just a day I wanted to go out for a little bit. So I was just out. I was walking the rail trail, went off into the woods. And I mean, I was not going to do any videoing, any photography. I just wanted to dig. And I found my skeleton key that day. And it was like, oh my gosh, I was like, video going, everybody's screaming.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's so much fun.
It is. Well, I hope you guys find all your bucket listers. Keep that list growing. It's out there. It's waiting for us to find it. You'll find it, guys. Don't ever give up.
Now that you found your white whale, what is your next, I want to find this?
I want to find anything seated. I want a seated dime or a seated quarter. I want a seated coin. I don't have a seated coin yet. So I'm kind of
on the coin.
It's the type of coin.
It's a type of coin, buddy.
Oh. It's a tough coin, and so that's what I'm hoping for this year. I'm hoping to find a seated coin. I'd be happy, but if not, I'll take another Crotobel.
That's awesome.
All right, I just wanted to say congratulations, guys. Keep doing what you're doing, boys. I really enjoy your channel. You're fabulous, and I love all the adventures you do, not just Metal Detected. I mean, I'm happy watching everything, even the driver's ed.
Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
All right, I'll get off of here. Enjoy.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let me say hello to a couple other people. I see Cecil has joined us, Demon Rat. Hello. Good to see you. Somebody else I saw, Elite Agent. Hello. Steven's here.
Steven Henry.
All right, Steven, good to see you. So, again, if anybody else wants to jump up, you can. Just click on that link. I'll put it back in there again just to be sure.
And while he's doing that, something that most of you have probably seen, it's our most viewed video. Our first gold ring. Says love on it. That was a huge bucket list item. I wanted a gold ring for so long before that. I had dug plenty of silver rings, 3 or 4 at that time. And this one is a really cool find, and it was really special.
The week before, he thought he found silver at a place that we never found silver.
That was
funny.
And
it was a pull tab.
Yep, that was pretty funny.
I just saw the shiny pull tab, and I was like, oh my goodness, it's silver. And it was just a pull tab.
That's funny. All right, so anything else you can think of that you wanted to say tonight? It is getting almost an hour. Kind of a rough beginning there, but we got it kind of a little bit figured out, hopefully. We look forward to this next year, and thank you all so much for being here tonight, being a part of our adventure. Lots of stuff coming up, different things planned. Actually, Seth doesn't join us all the time on our digging, but he designed our newest shirts. He designed these and gave them to us for Christmas.
They even have our names on the back.
Yep. And, we've got a couple giveaways that we'd like to do. We're up to like 360 something for our subscribers.
363.
Which we had no idea.
Again, and 363 subs away.
We never knew what we were doing in the very beginning. We had no clue. We're just kind of throwing ourselves out there. And then it was about 6 months into it, we said, wait a minute. we could probably do this a little bit better. And so anyway, we've been trying to improve things. I guess that's everything for tonight, guys. We'll do this again sometime soon, and we hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you again so much for coming by. If you ever need us, we dig it at mail.com. Mail.com. Email us. Reach out to us in any way. We would love to hear from you, and hope you all find what you're looking for tomorrow. Have a good night.